Mr. Wiggins, you are here in court to prove that you are not the father of Ms. Davis's child, Aubrey Wiggins, and say today's results will change your life. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis, you claim that Mr. Wiggins knows he's the father of your child and is trying to deny her because he already has 3 children and doesn't want to step up and be a father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Wiggins, why do you say today's results will change your life?
As a result of being alleged the father of Aubrey, I lost my wife and I want to regain my family.
You lost your family? You were married at the time? Explain.
Yes, Your Honor, I was married and me and my wife went through a separation due to a rough patch. Through my separation, I became a little antsy, I guess, for lack of better terms. Miss Davis was working for a family member of mine and I seen her. And she was looking good, and she was walking up some stairs, and she had on some really tight pants. And
yes.
So I approached her. It was never supposed to be anything else more than just sex.
No.
But you didn't use
protection. We was
protection.
together for almost 2 years and a half.
We was never together.
Almost 2.5 years?
Yes, sir. Yes,
I was married, Your Honor. I mean,
yeah, married, but
it just, it kind of went longer than it should have.
But your hope is that if you can prove that Aubrey is not your biological child, that you can convince your ex-wife, which is, the woman, I guess she left because of this situation.
Yes, ma'am.
That you want to try to put the family back together.
Yes, Your Honor.
So the stakes are high, very high here.
They are.
So, Ms. Davis, you ended up starting a relationship with a married man. He was separated at the time.
right.
Did you think you were in a relationship?
I was. I knew I was in a relationship.
You did?
2.5 years
were
we
not,
was together.
I was telling her what I felt I needed to tell her to ultimately get what I wanted.
Obviously,
in a short period
You might have gotten more than you bargained for, right?
He did. He did. A child.
And so why did you think you were in a relationship, Ms. Davis?
He stated that multiple times.
Was he telling you there was going to be a future?
Yes.
Oh.
He wanted to marry me. He wanted to get a divorce from his wife.
No,
he wanted
Your
to be
Honor.
with me.
No, Your Honor.
Were you still trying to work it out with your wife while you were sleeping with Ms. Davis?
I was. That's also the reason why I have a child that's 2 months
apart,
younger, with my wife.
They were pregnant at the same time, your wife and your mistress.
Right.
They were, Your Honor.
They're a month apart. Our children.
How did you find out Ms. Davis was pregnant?
So she kind of told people, and then I asked her to let me tell my wife. And of course, because she wanted my wife out of the picture, because she did want more.
You're right. I wanted more because that's what you presented.
And I was good to her. I mean, because ultimately I was trying to get something out of her. So I did what I had to do. I felt I needed to do.
Like 2.5 years, how we're not together?
Things happen or said in the bedroom that may not always be. But it was never, and it was.
Well, aren't you speaking a word this afternoon?
I'm not saying.
So basically you're admitting that you just lying?
It wasn't lying.
So you can sleep with her. No, don't try to clean it up now. You said you did what you had to do to get what you wanted.
No, I did say that, Your Honor.
You were a married man.
Was.
You sleeping with this girl. You approached her, pursued her, got into a 2.5 year.
It was not 2.5 years.
It was 2.5.
We did sleep around for months, but it wasn't 2.5 years.
2.5 years, and you.
How did your wife find out?
Miss Davis told her that she was pregnant and that she wasn't going anywhere. She inboxed her on Facebook, which caused a lot of havoc in my life.
You wasn't gonna be a man.
Did it cause the havoc or did you cause the havoc?
He did, cause
Miss Davis immediately was like, "Well, it doesn't matter what nobody else think. Oh, I ain't going nowhere."
Right, because you lay down with me.
This position.
That's
I've got you now.
So you're not.
I've got you now, and that's the demeanor I felt she had. It's like, oh, ching ching, I've cashed in.
When you say he was with you, what do you mean?
We started dating and going out. Valentine's Day, that's when I believe I conceived Aubrey. We went to a room and we had fun. He, on the other hand, decides that he wants to go through my phone and he found a little statement about me and the guy talking.
No, it's much more than that, Your Honor. Let's back it up a little. Yes, we did intend to plan Valentine's Day together. However, prior to us going to the hotel, we got into a bit of an altercation. I don't remember the exact details. And my family member seen her be picked up by another guy.
That was my cousin.
That she claims to be her cousin. However, it's a coincidence that while we were at the hotel, she happened to be taking a shower, and I think I was using her tablet for something, maybe scrolling on Facebook, and this guy inboxes about meeting her again, and she's telling him, oh, I need some more
I never
loving.
slept with him,
So
Your
to
Honor.
me, saying more means that it's already happened. And so we did not end up having a Valentine's Day celebration because, of course, I was upset.
How were you upset if you weren't in a relationship with
Right.
him?
Because
Right.
Just asking.
that's true. I mean, I think more so it was because of just lying. I mean, you know, Chantrell was telling me, Miss Davis, that she was not with anybody else. So that's why
I
was led to
wasn't. I
leave.
never slept
Also,
with anyone.
I had spent my money. We were at this hotel. I had went all out for her in hopes that I would have a great ending that night. And so it pissed me off to see her, this guy saying
Well,
he
we're
wanted to
not
have
together,
lovers, so
but
now I
you wanted
waste
to
all
have
this
a good
money.
time.
And then you're telling me, okay, that, you know, I have a baby by you when you're sleeping with another guy. That's what made me
I never
mad.
slept with no one.
So, and that is
Yeah.
part of what your doubt is as well. Because
Absolutely.
after you saw those messages, then you said, well, maybe she isn't just sleeping with me. If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. Did you have doubt when she initially told you she was pregnant?
No.
Absolutely.
No, you didn't.
I have a few doubts. I think more so the birth certificate. You know, I was at the hospital.
You were?
I were. Not when the
signed
birth
it.
certificate was signed. Your Honor, I can show you.
Is this the exhibit you brought
It
today?
is.
I'd like to see it. You can step over to the exhibit.
Your Honor, I'm no Einstein or anything, but I'm educated enough to know my own birth date. This is the birth certificate. Apparently, she knew my name. This is the birth date that's listed on Aubrey's birth certificate. My birthday is November the 9th, 1990.
The one you
this
wrote.
says 11/11/1990.
And
I
you
didn't
wrote
write
it.
anything. And also in the state of Florida, because I was married, I wasn't just supposed to go on her birth certificate.
But
there
you
was
placed
supposed to be a
yourself on there.
paternity established. I did not.
You
I
placed
believe that there
yourself
was, you know, she knew the young lady because when I got the phone call that they needed my information, there was a lot of laughing and calling each other by first name as if there was some type of relationship, like they may have knew each other.
No.
And so that's
no.
what.
So,
He signed the birth certificate on his
You-
own. He was there.
so it is your belief that someone put your name on there and then got your birth date wrong, put it on there as well, that they wrote it in.
Absolutely. That is my belief.
Well, you don't forget your birthday.
I don't.
You never signed an affidavit or acknowledgement of any kind.
I wasn't there, Your Honor.
Yes, you were.
It was a phone call asking for my information.
What information were they asking you for? Your name
My
and your
name, my
birthday?
date of birth, my social, where I was born, like information.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, you may step back over to the podium. This is interesting. So, Ms. Davis, did you know the young woman in the hospital? Were you all friends?
No, Your Honor.
You say what? This birthday issue is just a typo?
That he wrote.
Do you think he wrote his wrong birthday on purpose?
Right, and because
What? No,
when
Your Honor.
I seen it, when we got the birth certificate, I let him know that whatever he signed it wrong. He was supposed to go get it fixed. Before we even conceived, that's all you asked for was a baby. Was another
What?
baby.
I had two
was
children,
another
Your Honor.
baby.
I didn't need any more children.
He
I
wanted
didn't need
me.
any more children.
Because of my body, and he wanted a baby from me.
That
to
is all
keep
I
me.
wanted, Your Honor.
Yes. Yes, you
Sir,
did.
because of.
Oh my goodness.
From day
So
one,
you're
that's-
saying now he's a married man and he's asking you to have his child.
From day one. From day one since he met me.
If he was and you did, then why isn't he with you? Why does he want to give his wife back?
I have no idea. I mean,
Because
from my
it was
understanding,
just a sex that kind of
it was
went a
never
little
a
too
sex
long.
thing. 2.5 years, I don't understand.
What I'm saying is, how did this all go wrong?
I went back to my wife. That's how it all went
Yeah,
wrong.
when-
Along with Miss Davis not being able to be with one
He
person.
went back to his wife when he found out about the Facebook. That's when he wants
got
to
it.
run back to his wife.
Gotcha.
That's the only reason
So
why
once
he
you
ran
reached
back.
out to his wife, told her you were pregnant, you're pregnant, or did you already have the baby then?
No, I was pregnant still.
You were pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Then he decided to go back to his wife, and that's when everything fell apart.
Right.
Now, has he been there for Aubrey?
At the beginning he was, but now, for instance, he wants to find out about Aubrey, no.
I have been there, Your Honor. One of the reasons I wanted to put an end to this, when we would get in arguments, it's my child, don't worry about her. You ain't got to worry about her.
Because I have been doing it
She
all
has-
along.
She has
I have been
not.
taking care of
She
her
has
by
not. That's
myself,
not
so
the
why
case.
not?
I
And
have been-
when we get into it, he steps away.
When we
yes.
get into it, I'm not going to argue with her and bicker and fight because over the little semantics, the things that doesn't make any sense. If I'm trying to be there regardless and it relates to Aubrey.
So you're spending time with Aubrey?
No, he doesn't.
I was in the beginning.
In the beginning?
Right, in the beginning.
But now she's almost 2 years old.
Right.
Right. And I do see, I see her occasionally. It was more so because of the things that she was saying. This ain't your child. You ain't got to worry about her.
I never told you that.
She did. In the heat of an argument, but she said it.
All right.
Never
So what
told
about
that.
the child you have that's very close in age with your wife, your ex-wife?
Right.
Are you very active in that child's
I
life?
have custody.
They look identical.
Okay.
They
You're
look
saying
identical
that
to each other.
You're saying Aubrey and that baby, the ones that they look identical.
They mistaken Aubrey for her at times. They look
That's
identical
just because
to
they're
each
both
other.
young.
Good. And so with Aubrey, why is it you fell off then? You said in the beginning you were very active and then
It was because, it was new. And because, again, I'm not trying to run away from my responsibility.
Yes,
Me,
you are.
quote unquote, falling off was Miss Davis saying, you ain't got to worry about her. When we get heated, this ain't your child. Not
At the
letting me
heat
get
of the
her.
moment.
she
At the
says
heat
it's
of
not
the
your
moment.
child?
Because I didn't want to be with her, not
At the heat
letting
of
me
the
get
moment,
her.
I probably be like, don't worry about her, but I never said that she's
She
not
did.
his.
the truth is you want your family back.
Yes, ma'am.
And it sounds like consciously or unconsciously you've distanced yourself from this child because you want your family back. So honestly, Mr. Wiggins, yeah, there's a lot at stake for you.
It is.
I'm ready for the results. Jerome?
Here you go, Your Honor.
Before I get to these results, are you all still involved?
No,
Yes.
we're not, Your Honor. No, we're not, Your
At
Honor.
the same
Since when?
At the same time, two different answers.
Right.
Exact same time.
When was the last time you two were intimate?
It's been a while.
Last night.
No. Your Honor, we was at separate hotels. No, Your Honor, that's not true.
And you made your way to my hotel.
That is not true,
Right.
Your Honor. We did go to dinner, Your Honor, but
and afterwards?
I went to my respective places.
No,
she went
he
to
came
hers.
to my room.
Mr. Wiggins, you look like you lying.
No, because... No, Your Honor.
Your whole body language changed. Non-verbal cues just start cueing.
That's what
not
he's
the
good
case, Your
for.
Honor.
You are under oath. When was the last time you were intimate with Ms. Davis?
I don't recall, Your Honor.
Last night. Last night.
Please tell me you used protection so we won't have another case.
Nope.
You did not use protection?
The last time we had intercourse, we did not use protection.
Have you learned anything? Both of you.
I have not to be with someone like that.
No, you're still with him.
Right, sleeping with him, but I'm not.
Without protection.
Right. I'm trying to learn. It's
No. You're not trying to learn.
I think she had her way, she'll have another baby.
what?
And you just might give it to her.
Right.
I won't.
With your lying self. Mr. Wiggins, the lie, ooh, it's all over you. And my concern is, here you are, I'm sure, on the phone with your wife trying to patch things back together, but at the same time, you're still in the same relationship that destroyed your family.
Right.
All right, what kind of condomless community are we living in now? I mean, can you just use a condom?
He doesn't like him.
Who-
That's his excuse. He doesn't.
It ain't
Like, it's
about
my
liking them.
It's me. It's my responsibility.
It's about producing little people, STDs. Hello?
Right.
And ending up in paternity court.
Right.
Somebody talking about they don't like something. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics and they read as follows. In the case of Wiggins versus Davis, when it comes to 23-month-old Aubrey Wiggins, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Wiggins, you are the father. Miss Davis, what are you feeling?
I've been going through this for a long time, like between him and his wife, like.
It's his child.
Right.
You are the father.
Yes, ma'am.
You have the clarity you need.
I'm gonna take care of my child.
Good.
That's all I ask.
But you also have to deal with this thing you all have.
Yes, ma'am.
If it's true, last night, you could be back in here within a year. You yourself say you chased this little girl down, you said what you needed to say, and I can only imagine the things you told her. Because you pretty much admitted it in court today. That you said what you needed to say to get what you want. The problem was she believed you.
For 2.5 years.
And she's still laying down based upon those promises.
Because that's the promises he keep making.
I see what's going on here. It's clear as day. You playing both sides of the fence. Right. Then you get mad when she go confront your wife. Like you are offended. I mean, how do you be offended when you are just offensive? That's right. Mr. Golden, you're here to prove to your ex-girlfriend that you are the father of her 9-month-old daughter, Andrea.
Yes, ma'am.
You are not only suing for a paternity test, but also for $998.50 for clothing of yours that the defendant destroyed in an argument. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Campbell, you say once the DNA proves Mr. Golden is not the father, you never want to hear his name again.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Mr. Golden, why do you think Ms. Campbell is denying that you're Andrea's father?
Because she hate me.
Really? Explain.
She hate me because I slept with her best friend.
You slept with her best friend?
Yes, ma'am. But I did it to get back.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, why would you do that?
I did it to get back out of the spice because she used to do crazy stuff to me, far as burning clothes and stalking and shit.
What kind of relationship was this?
We've been together 4 years, going on 5 years, Your Honor, and she get crazier every year. They say that.
Wow.
Every time I turn around, I can go somewhere, she popping up.
Were you popping up places, Miss
No,
Campbell?
I was not, Your Honor. No, I was not.
So wait a minute, was this a relationship? Were you all dating? Were you committed? Or were you just...
It was supposed to be a relationship, but I guess he didn't look at it as a relationship. I guess he looked at it as a game.
Nah, it wasn't no game.
So why are you sleeping with her best friend and why are you popping up places? What is going on?
She crazy.
Your Honor, the reason why I burnt his clothes is because he told me he was going to walk to the store, right? But usually it's me and him walking to the store.
Yes.
He's walking with a girl, like close, side by side, close. So I walks up to him, I'm like, what you doing? Who is she? He turned around, started running, ran away from me.
All about going to the store? Now, so Mr. Golden, you knew you had a plan then when you were leaving out and you didn't take her to the store with you. You were cheating?
Nah, Your Honor, I just walked to the store to go get some cigarettes, Your Honor.
And how did the other girl appear?
Girls everywhere. I can't stop no girl from walking behind me or walking on the side of me or even talking to me, you know what I'm saying?
All right, and then what happens?
Well, I ran.
This is the night you burned the clothes up?
She burned my clothes. I
When
came
he
back,
ran.
clothes burnt.
So when he started running, you decided, I'm gonna burn his clothes.
Yeah.
So now you're so angry.
It's so angry that I went to his mom's house and went in the closet and got his clothes out and pulled his clothes right there on the ground, picked up a shirt, set it on fire, threw it on top of all his clothes, and all of it was on fire.
And so, Mr. Golden, this is the basis of your suit.
Yes, ma'am.
Does anybody have any evidence as to what type of property this was? Jerome, will you hand me that, please? What are these pictures of, Mr. Golden? The clothing that was burned?
Yes, ma'am.
Shirts, pants, jacket. The price of these jacket, one jacket, $244. Designer basketball jerseys.
Who clothes they was?
No,
No, they ain't your.
Miss Campbell, you admit you burned clothes. When you look at the monitor, the value of these clothes is estimated at $998.50.
More like $9.99.
I'm looking at and you admit you burned them.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. Mr. Golden, now you say because this relationship is so messy, and it is, you believe that's why she's saying you're not her child's father. Because the truth is, she's really just getting back at you, and she doesn't want you to be her child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's what you think it is, because you truly believe that you are.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you trying to get back at him?
I feel like he's not even the father type. If he don't even respect me, how can he respect my child?
Did you have sex with him?
Yes.
Without protection?
Yes, but it wasn't around the time when my baby was conceived, when she was.
It wasn't. So, Mr. Golden, did she tell you she was pregnant? Or how did you find out?
Her mom.
Her mom told you. Did she say, Jasmine's pregnant and you're the father?
She asked me when the last time that we had sex. And I told her that it was around about Christmas time.
All right, so Miss Campbell, you say you're adamant that he's not the father because you hadn't slept with him during the window of conception. Your mother says she specifically asked him.
Your Honor, can I tell you the story on that day?
Please do.
Okay, I'm over my boyfriend's house,
My mom had called me. She was like, can you come braid the back of my hair up? I went over there or whatever, braided her hair up. He comes up there, and he come there, he rubbing on my leg like, you miss me, I know you miss me. Like, you know, trying to convince me or whatever. I'm not gonna tell a story. I was weak, so yeah, I was weak.
So you slept with him that day?
Yes, I did.
Did you use protection?
No, ma'am.
No. So you were sleeping with your boyfriend and also basically sleeping with Mr. Golden around the same time?
Yeah.
So Mr. Golden, did you know she had a boyfriend?
I have never seen this man. Her mom have never seen this man.
So wait, you don't think he exists?
She making it up. It sound like she had a ghost boyfriend.
Why would she do this? You feel like she doesn't want you in her life?
Your Honor, she was going crazy. Like I said, she was going crazy. She was...
So you think it's to get back at you?
Yeah.
Once you slept with the best friend?
Yeah.
So you brought a witness, sir. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. And state your name for the court.
Demetra Jones.
Miss Jones, you are...
Jasmine's mother.
Miss Campbell's mother.
Yes, ma'am.
Standing with Mr. Golden. Interesting. Ma'am, did you know anything about this other boyfriend that she says she had?
No, ma'am, I did not.
You've never seen this guy?
No, ma'am, I did not see him.
So you believe Mr. Golden is?
I believe he is the father of my grandbaby.
You
Yes.
do?
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you think your daughter would make up that she has another boyfriend?
Because she hates him.
You just think your daughter she dislikes him because
She hates him.
I dislike him because he's disrespectful. He always cheating.
But that's what I'm not really. As you stand here, I feel like you just don't like him at all.
She
and yet
crazy.
you sleeping with him.
I had sex with him. I don't currently have sex with him.
She hates him. I mean, she won't let him, when she got ready to have the baby at the hospital, she wouldn't let him come to the hospital.
Why? And that's not his baby.
And he was trying to come visit her?
Yes, he was.
He was trying to come to the
Yes.
hospital when the baby was born?
Yes, ma'am. She
Told
told
the
the security,
security and my nurses.
Don't let him in.
No, gave him his full name. Don't let him in.
Your Honor, her
Today,
birth certificate don't have no name on it, Your Honor.
Pass that to me, please, Jerome. What did you say, Mr. Golden? Speak louder.
Her birth certificate doesn't have any name on it.
Listed under father's name, nobody.
Nobody.
Now you saying, Miss Campbell, that you know who the child's father is and it was your boyfriend and you know it's definitely not Mr. Golden. Why is your boyfriend's name on this birth certificate?
I want to be the father, so why have
you want to be, but you're
why
not.
have a no
He
name?
is.
Why have
Not.
a no name
Yes.
on your baby's birth certificate instead of have a name on it?
She has a name, and it's my name on there. That's all she needs.
Does this man have any relationship with Andrea now?
No, he does
he's
not.
Still,
I still have not seen him yet.
you seen pictures. You seen
Pictures doesn't mean anything.
You heard his voice?
So wait, how is
see-
it possible that you had a boyfriend, a boyfriend,
that her
and your
mama have
mother,
never seen.
your mother knows nothing about him, has never seen him?
Correct.
You know, it's different types of people out here, right? So he was like one of those types of people that didn't
My
have to come outside.
grandbaby
He
needs
was
a
trouble.
father, and here he is.
He's not the father role. He can't play that role.
If he knew it
He
was
never
his
had
baby,
a job. He don't know
probably
how
would.
to provide.
But
he
you
don't know
kinda
how to
telling
provide
him
for
it's
it.
not?
It's not.
So what are he supposed to do?
I'm telling you, it's not his baby. He can't provide. You ain't never brought no money. You ain't never
Never.
brought a T-shirt. He ain't never brought some wipes. He ain't never brought a sock.
Yeah.
The
Maybe
only
because
thing he
you're not
ever
there.
brought my child
Maybe because
when
you're
I
not
was
there.
there was a bag of cheese puffs. 50 cents, not even the dollar
Your
bag.
Honor, he
the
has
50
bought
cent bag.
money over to my
Not
house
even the dollar
for the
bag,
baby.
'cause
They've
he's
been
not
having
the
sex
child's
for 4
father.
years. They probably still having sex.
And then he just almost giggled, so I know that's true.
True.
No, it's not true.
True.
It's not true, Your Honor.
Both of y'all read. Okay, so what I don't understand, this is what I don't get. If you admit you got weak that day and you slept with him, and even if this boyfriend is a real person, and you also had this boyfriend, you do understand that he could potentially be your child's father. Don't
No.
you?
No, he's not. I know for a fact he's not. Because we didn't even have sex around the time that she was supposed to be conceived. It doesn't even add up.
Okay, so for you, the window of conception doesn't add up.
Right.
You were not intimate with him around that
Right.
time. Well, Mom, I gotta ask you, because he testified earlier, Mr. Golden, that when you found out Miss Campbell was pregnant, you came to him and asked him around what time were you all having sex? Because what you were trying to identify who the child's father
The time
was.
frame.
And then once he told you, did you believe that that worked in the time frame?
Yes, ma'am. He was living with me, and she was sneaking to wherever she was, and I had already heard earlier that she was coming over there when I was at work.
So you knew she was at your house sleeping with Mr. Golden?
Yes.
All right.
She even stopped talking to people. If people say, I'm the baby father, she'll stop talking to him. She won't say nothing to him, maybe a month or two.
Do you get mad at people when they say that Mr. Golden is your child's father, Ms. Campbell?
No, I get mad at him because he's telling people that he's my child's father.
Why do you believe so strongly that he is, Ms. Jones?
Because he was there, and I know they was having sex. Like I said, they probably still are. I know they were, because I worked overnight till 4 in the morning. And when I come home, he's not where he's supposed to be. And her door is locked, so he's in there.
Yana,
Yes, sir.
my mom's sick, Yana, and she really want to know if this her baby, her grandbaby, like before she leave this world, like.
You saying your mother is ill?
Yeah.
And she really needs the answer to this. She wants to know if this is her grandchild.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to you to be able to provide that answer for her. Absolutely, I understand that. I want to rule on your lawsuit, and then we will go to the results. Mr. Golden, you came into court suing for $998.50 for items of clothing that you say Miss Campbell burned and destroyed after an argument. Miss Campbell, you've admitted that after an argument, you went to his mother's house, got his clothes, and burned them. You cannot destroy someone's property. You cannot take and destroy someone's property.
But it's okay for him to destroy my heart, though. I had to get back at him.
Listen, while as a woman, I wish we could put a value on that and give you an award for that. You are right. Even when someone destroys your heart, you can't destroy their property.
So how was I supposed to get back at him? How?
Honey, I can see that you're so upset. Because I can see when you've lived a life like I have for a while, and you've loved and you've lost and you've been through relationships, I knew from the beginning of this, I didn't know if you were ever going to admit it, but you can't hate or dislike somebody that strongly unless you once loved them. And usually, that hate is really just a disguise that you still do love him. And that's okay. We've all been through that. I knew when you went to get the clothes and burned the clothes, trust me. I've never burned anybody's clothes, but I thought about it. Women, all the women know. And I knew he had broken your heart. But you can't destroy someone's clothes. You can't destroy their property, even when they destroy your heart. For that reason, I have to rule for the plaintiff for $998.50 on his suit for the value of the clothing. Now, as for your heart, I always tell women the best revenge is success. So, as we go to the results, I want to ask you again, do you truly believe he's not the father, or are you saying he's not the dad because you wanted to get back at him?
No.
Because he broke your heart?
He's just not the father.
Okay. I think it's time for the results. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Golden versus Campbell, pertaining to 9-month-old Andrea Campbell, It has been determined by this court. Mr. Golden, you are not the father.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Sir?
It's okay. It's
Mr. Golden,
I'm straight.
You have to go. Come on. I need you to come on. Come on. It's okay. Just have a seat.
come on back in, Mr. Golden.
Let the judge talk to you.
You can have a seat if you need to.
It's okay.
I'm never gonna talk to her.
It's okay.
I just wanna go.
I'm sorry, Mr. Golden, come sit down. It's gonna be okay, babe. I know you're upset.
I don't wanna go.
Mr. Golden, I can tell this was not the result you expected, and I commend you for being such a stand-up guy and coming here to get the answers you needed and your family. And I know it wasn't the answer you wanted, but I had to give you the truth. Ms. Campbell, you've maintained that he was not the child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're positive that this other person that they've never met is, in fact, Andrea's father?
Yes, Your Honor.
I think you can see that even though you say he broke your heart,
Yeah, he really cared about my baby.
he did. And you. Ms. Phillips, you've opened your case today to prove to Mr. Polk that he is the father of your 1-month-old daughter, Promise. You say after Mr. Polk's initial acceptance of the pregnancy, he has been MIA since your daughter's birth. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Polk, you say Ms. Phillips is pinning her baby on you in hopes of having a relationship with you.
Yes, ma'am.
But you claim there was never a relationship and you're not the father. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so Ms. Phillips, you say Mr. Polk is denying your newborn baby.
I want my baby to have a father, not a daddy, a father, a real father.
All right, so you really want your baby to have a father?
Yes.
How did you even meet? How did you get together?
Okay, the girl he was dealing with posted him on social media, and it was like some little revenge type stuff. Basically, she was dealing with somebody that I used to deal with in the past. So when she posted him, I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go ahead and snatch him up. So I had some little friend requests or whatever, and then he started liking my pictures and inboxing me. He blowing my little inbox up.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me first. She inboxed me first.
No, that's not
That's
true.
how that started.
So basically, you met through social media, and you all ended up getting together and having sex or starting a relationship.
I was actually in a relationship. I was in a
Uh-oh. Yeah, she was.
So it wasn't that serious. I just wanted sex from Big Jane. So, yeah, but see, I caught a little feelings a little bit. Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Not a lot, just a little bit. See, he led me on. We was texting every day. He was telling me he wanted me to have his baby. I got text message. He said, I want you to have my baby. Yes, he told me he wanted me to have his baby. For 2 years, he told me he wanted me to have his baby. Then I get pregnant, he wanted to deny my girl. He wanted to deny my girl. He denied my girl.
Were you saying you wanted her to have your baby, Mr. Polk?
No, ma'am.
He was saying it.
No, ma'am.
He was saying it for 2 years.
Probably a couple times.
So tell me what, you said a couple times.
times.
Well, let me tell you
Probably
now, this is a news flash for you. It only takes once. Women
It was a
don't
lot of
forget that.
times.
So, Mr. Polk, I do want to know your side. You say this thing started from social media.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you all got together. Was it your intention to date Miss Phillips and
No,
have a
ma'am.
relationship?
That's how it was at the time. She had a boyfriend. I respected that. So I was playing my role. You get what I'm saying? I was playing my role.
But were you using protection?
Yes, at the time, yes.
Oh, he lying, Your Honor. He is lying to you.
When we first started messing around, I was using protection.
You don't believe him, dude. I know you don't believe him, because let me tell you the story. He don't like condoms. He don't like protection. He don't use protection at all.
So you say you weren't using protection?
No.
Tell me the story.
Never.
The first time you got together, when was that?
It was back in June in 2017.
That wasn't the first time. The first time we actually met, It was like July 4th.
Did you have sex the first time you all got together, or did you actually go on dates?
We did. We actually did. I'm talking about straight to it. Straight to it.
Cause that's all I wanted at the time. Cause that's all I wanted at the time.
Straight to it.
That's all I wanted at the time. Cause he just needs to step up and be a father to my child. That's why we're here. So he can step up and be a dad.
So you say you caught feelings for him. Tell me what that means, because I will say this, and this is what I say in this courtroom all the time. You think you just having sex, but it's not just that. So you start having sex, and tell me what it means when you say you caught feelings.
See, I had
He fell in love.
No, he fell in love with me. He fell in love with me. I left my little man and everything. I left my little boyfriend alone, left him. Everything, because BJ was telling me, oh, if you went with him, we'll be this. I want you to have my baby. I want to be a family with you. All that good stuff.
Fell for that okie doke.
Yeah, so I left my man. Got his name tatted on me. Him.
Yeah, she did that. And that
I got a tattoo of his name on you?
It's a property of in his name.
Uh-oh.
He supposed to got my name tattooed on him, but he didn't. Because he's a compulsive liar. And he's a deadbeat, period.
Unnecessary.
So you got a tattoo of him on you, but when it was his turn to get the tattoo of your name on him, he got MIA.
Yeah, because let me tell you about it, because when I got the tattoo, I was pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant at the time, so whenever I found out I was pregnant, it was like 2 to 3 days after I got the tattoo. And when I got the tattoo, I guess he was a little mad at me because I called his landlord because he didn't answer the phone when I took the pregnancy test. I called the landlord and I said, "Where BJ at? Because I'm pregnant, period." And he
disrespectful. Very. Very. No respect.
No respect. You the one sleeping with Miss Phillips while you got a whole girlfriend.
Tell him again, Your Honor. Tell him again, Your Honor.
And then you're not even taking her calls.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like Miss Phillips, there are some other people you could have probably called.
He wasn't done with it at the same time.
I wasn't having that. He wasn't done with me.
I was done with it at the same time. That's why her number was blocked.
No, he wasn't done with me.
But somehow,
he can't keep his hands off of me.
Somehow she got in touch with my girlfriend.
Every day. Let me tell you, I took a pregnancy test on July the 18th. This man, we probably had sex every day up until that day. He's like he addicted to me, like he just can't keep his hands off of me.
All right. The problem is, what we're realizing is that he's not addicted to you, but he enjoys having sex with you.
Yes.
And that's why we're here, and that's why you're upset.
Yep.
Let's really say what it is.
Yep.
Mr.
And he
Polk,
trying to claim he cut me off, but he was catching Ubers. I went to my hotel last night until 4 o'clock this morning, was getting on my nerves last night. And we had sex like 3 or 4 times last night.
Let me speak on that.
3 or 4 times last night.
Let me speak
For him
on
to
that.
sit in this courtroom and swear he got a girlfriend,
Let me
Your Honor,
speak on
yes.
that.
Get him told.
Let me speak on that.
He's
Let me
supposed
speak on
to
that.
hold on.
catch your Ubers all the way up to 4 o'clock in the morning to my hotel last night.
She paid for both of my Ubers.
No, I did not. He paid. Your Honor, he's lying.
Well, wait. Why do you need more than one Uber?
Your Honor, he got a little scooter Uber, and then we...
Wait, you drove a scooter over to the hotel?
The first time.
The
first time. And she begged me to stay. She begged me to stay.
No, I did not.
She begged me to stay.
Your Honor, I had to make him leave my hotel room.
Oh, man. Ooh.
So if he's denying your baby, and he's a deadbeat, and he's all the things you're testifying to, why are you having sex with him last night? Did you use protection? No. So now we'll probably see you in 9 months.
Oh.
Again.
No, you won't.
She said you didn't use protection. And you've got a 1-month-old baby, Mr. Polk, who may be your biological child.
That he needs to step up
Maybe.
for. Look at my baby ears. She got the little monkey ears just like him.
Maybe. But listen at this, though. She did tell me she slept with someone else.
I did.
Same time.
Well, that's what I want to understand.
Yeah.
Why do you have doubt, Mr. Polk? You say she told you, Miss Phillips told you she slept with somebody else.
Yes, ma'am, she
What
did.
did she say to you? Tell the court.
She said, BJ, I slept with someone else. Just like that. He says me real good.
When did this just come out?
Your Honor, no, let me tell you.
No, tell me
That's
when
before
she
got
told you
pregnant.
that.
Before she got pregnant.
Oh, so
not before she got pregnant. I'm talking about like around that time. You
So
get
you
what I'm
feel
saying?
like
That's where the doubt come from.
you feel like during the window of conception, she had sex with somebody else,
Yes.
and she admitted it to you.
Yes.
Did you admit it to him, Miss Phillips?
I probably did or whatever, but probably did. But listen, I messed with him on the 4th of July. I messed with BJ like from the 27th all the way up until probably the 4th of July because he can't keep his hands off of me. Yes. So around the time I conceived my daughter, I took a pregnancy test on July the 18th.
Well, wait. When did you have sex with the other guy?
July the 4th. July the 4th. And when I did count back the look.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, Mr. Polk, you ain't said much of value this afternoon, sounds about right in this instance. Let me go to my conception calendar. I really want to understand what's going on here. So, when was Promise born?
Your Honor, she was born on March the 15th, but my due date was March the 22nd.
So let's push calculate. The probable conception dates are between June 27th and July 1st, and the possible conception dates are between June 26th and July 6th.
Look at that one.
All right, so the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 1st, Mr. Polk.
All him.
Then you say you were intimate with the other guy July 4th, right?
Yes.
All right, so July 4th, we'll just call him OG for other guy. The truth is, Mr. Polk may fall in the probable, but the other guy is within the possible conception date window.
That's why I told him. That's why I confessed to him, Your Honor. But Your Honor, we had a whole gender reveal. He ain't telling you that part. We had a whole gender reveal.
Basically forced me to
his
go.
family even came to my gender reveal, and I got the evidence, Your Honor, right here.
Jerome, let me see this evidence.
Looking cute or whatever. In a little gender reveal.
I'm getting about sick of these gender reveals. We need some father reveals.
Exactly.
We got everybody worried about having a gender reveal.
I made that picture.
You do look happy, Mr. Polk. You look like you're about to have a baby with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Were you there for the birth?
I was there.
There you are.
Okay.
Oh, in the delivery room and everything.
Yes, ma'am. Let me tell you about that, too. Okay, I show up, right? Actually, they come get me from work. We go up the road. She get induced or whatever. She had the baby. I held the baby for a little moment. It was like bad vibes, though. Like, all my other kids, I was excited. Like, I shouldn't feel like that.
He wasn't excited because during my pregnancy, I went to my whole pregnancy by myself, Your Honor. I didn't see BJ like 3 times during my pregnancy, and he mostly, when he came, he wanted sex.
The whole pregnancy, all she wanted to do was harass me and my girlfriend. Disrespectful, no respect at all.
No, you don't have no respect, Mr. Polk.
I know I don't.
You was over at the hotel on the scooter last night?
Oh, man.
No, you don't have no respect.
Ooh.
So anyway, and all I get out of you is uh-oh and ooh. Yeah, that's exactly where we at.
He's a very toxic person.
What, girl, stop. Just stop. Because when you downgrade him, you downgrade yourself because you the one laying on your back with your legs open for him every time he calls. Just like he said earlier, what'd he say about the sex the first time it happened like this? You just a snap away.
Just like that.
So it doesn't make any sense to me. He's unavailable. He has a girlfriend. He says it all the time.
He don't have a girlfriend.
You don't want to believe it, and I can't make you believe it. But everybody in this courtroom knows, besides you, that Mr. Polk don't have not a real intention behind you.
Not at all.
So
he wasn't saying that last night. He wasn't saying that last night.
Of course he wasn't, because that's what men say when they want to get that. I have to tell you the truth. I know you want him to love you. And I know you maybe even believe the nonsense he says. But you can't believe what a man says when your legs open. You got to listen to what they're saying when your legs are closed. Do you understand? That's just the reality of life. All right. Jerome, I'm ready for the results. These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Phillips versus Polk, when it comes to 1 month old Promise Polk, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Polk, you are the father. That's your beautiful little girl.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I'm sorry. About the doubt.
Well, now that he know that she is, he needs to help me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And more than that, he needs to help not just you, but he needs to experience and raise and participate in the raising of this child.
But he's so delusional, Your Honor. He might literally like.
Listen. He's not delusional.
He would go tell people the results was fake and stuff like he delusional.
Miss Phillips, when you say that's not delusional, that's manipulative.
Yeah, he does.
And he's manipulating you. But the problem is you can't manipulate this DNA.
Period.
And now it has spoken, and you need to respond.
Period.
You need to help her raise this baby.
Period.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
more importantly, you need to show this baby the kind of man she should want to have in the future.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
if you are just raggedy running around town,
Period.